So today I'm going to talk about how to deal with a lapse if you have one. I am wearing shades because I hate my face today. My makeup is literally like melted down my face because it's been so hot. So I'm just covering it up with some shades here. I appreciate that it makes no eye contact happening, so it's probably a bit disconcerting. But it's just for this one video, okay? Because I just feel like I'm melting right now. And I look horrible. So, talking about a lapse. Now there's a difference between a relapse and a lapse. A relapse would be going back into an active eating disorder again and continuing to spiral back down without picking yourself back up again. A lapse is a momentary relapse, like a very, very short kind of like, you know, possibly you engaged in an eating disorder behavior for a day, or maybe you had a really bad week. It's a, you know, a short period of time where you're still focusing on recovering, but it's having struggles, which everybody's going to have. And I think you need to realize, if you do have a lapse, that you know, recovery is not a linear just going up. That's not going to happen. There will be really bad days. There will be days where you fall back into a habit, or you know, yeah, a habit, I guess, some kind of eating disorder driven habit, and that is going to happen. I think it's pretty much unavoidable in recovery, that there will be certain days where you fall back into that. But the important thing about a lapse is that you pick yourself up and dust yourself off and carry on with recovery. It's important not to berate yourself for that mistake. Obviously it's a bit of a mistake in recovery to obviously have a lapse, but it's not something that you should get mad at yourself for. You're still in recovery, and you're still trying really hard, and it is, I mean, I would be very surprised if somebody didn't have any lapse at all, and if they didn't, well, that is bloody commendable. But the fact is 99.999% of us are going to have days where we slip up and engage in an eating disorder habit, whether that be exercising or purging or restricting or you know, anything at all. But yeah, as I said, it is very important to remember that this isn't something that you should get angry at yourself for, or think that you failed, because thinking in that kind of way is more likely to keep you going on with that lapse. Whereas thinking, okay, I had a crap day today, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and carry on and move forwards. You know, there are times when you will take a step backwards and then you'll take 2 steps forwards, and as long as you are over the, you know, in the bigger picture moving forward, then, you know, sometimes these odd days where, or maybe a span of a week, when you are falling back into eating disorder habits, I've completely lost where I just was with my sentence. What was I saying? Yeah, it's just important that you realise that you can pick yourself up again and move forward. It doesn't have to be a spiral back and down into a proper relapse. It's just a day, it's just a week where things have gone a bit wrong, and you can pick yourself up and keep on going forwards with recovery. And as I said already, recovery is not a linear line just upwards. Everything doesn't go perfectly and keep on going perfectly. You know, you do take steps backwards sometimes, and that's all part of the journey. There are mistakes and slip-ups that are going to happen, and yeah, the most important part is that you realise that you have the control to get up again the next day. Or after the couple of days, you know, you are able to pick yourself back up again and just say, okay, that was a bit shit, but I'm gonna put that in the past and keep moving forward, onwards and upwards. And I guess, yeah, you just got it. And if you're in this lapse and you're feeling really shitty, then just you need to remember why you chose recovery in the first place, what you're aiming for, and you know, what you're leaving behind, or the shit that you're leaving behind. So it's always, I mean, I say this quite a few times, that I think it's important to have a reasons to recover so you can look forward, but also reasons not to relapse, so that you don't look back at your illness with rose-tinted glasses. You have a collection of moments, like your worst moments with your eating disorder, and how it fucks shit up, really, and made you miserable. I have both of those lists, and when I'm feeling like in my own head I'm kind of glamorizing anorexia, I can go back and look at the list I have of all the incredibly horrendous traumatic times that I had with anorexia, and then I think, actually, why I'm obviously glamorizing it in my head, and that's not actually how it was, and that can prevent me from slipping backwards. So I think it's possible, yeah, to have something, just a barrier to stop you go backwards, and something to motivate you to go forwards. And if you're experiencing a lapse, then reread your reasons and motivate yourself again. If you haven't got a list and you need some encouragement or some ideas, on my blog I have a link which is Reasons to Recover, and my Reasons to Recover and Reasons Not to Relapse are on that page. And yeah, there's also a Inspiration and Recovery Wins link as well, for people who have written into me that are doing really well, their recovery wins, and also some other stuff that I've posted on there. So yeah, just keep everything in mind, the positives in mind, and also remember that everybody has bad days and good days, and as I said already twice before, that recovery is not linear. It's all squiggly, but it does go upwards. It's just not totally up all at once. So yeah, please bear that in mind. I don't really have much more to say on the topic. So yeah. Apologies for the sunglasses, for the lack of eye contact, but I was just trying to put the camera in good lighting, and I just couldn't deal with my face today. Yeah, I went out, and it's incredibly hot for England, and went out and sat by the stream with my friend Max, and yeah, we're just chilling out, but I had to walk there and walk back, and it's really, really hot, and I just feel like all of my makeup is just melting. Like, not even my makeup, just on my face is melting. That's what it feels like. It's very warm, and I'm also in an attic room, which is really hot. It gets really cold in the winter and really hot in the summer, because obviously there's literally just the roof above me, so any weather transfers into my room. So yeah, I hope everybody is doing well and battling that shithead of an eating disorder and winning. And yeah, I'm thinking about doing maybe a Q&A next week. So if you do want to ask me any questions, then just go on my blog and send me a message, but put Q&A at the beginning so I know it's for that. However, I'm not really expecting anyone to ask me, because people ask me questions on my blog all the time anyway, so everybody probably knows about so much to do with me. But if anyone has anything they want to ask, I do enjoy doing those videos. And yeah, so if there's anything to do with recovery or my personal life or anything, like, yeah, just send me a message and I will answer your question. Yeah, apologies for this video being late. I do always try and do it on Tuesday, but it always seems to not end up being on a Tuesday. But oh well. Yeah, so I will speak to you guys next week.